Hello and welcome. The title of the message today is Abundance and Gratitude. But let's begin by affirming our opening statement. There is only one presence and one power in my life and the universe, God. And I invite you now to take a deep breath with me and release. Gently but fully filling your lungs, relaxing into this moment. One more deep breath. Opening ourselves to Spirit, the teacher within. And so it is. Amen. So, abundance and gratitude. If you'll look back at the message from last week, we talked a lot about the theory of how we can digest the impressions that come in from the outside in a different way that will lift us up. Spiritual digestion as opposed to spiritual indigestion, which drags us down into constricted state, into our navsha, or separate self, as opposed to lifting us up, which is deeper within, to our true self. Today, I would like to talk about one of the techniques that we can put to use in our life to help us lift up, moving closer to allowing our true self to be the active voice in our consciousness and in our life, as opposed to falling into constriction with this sense of separate self. Let's begin by reading a verse from the book of Psalms. I'll be reading from the George Lambsa translation from the Aramaic language that Jesus spoke. This is Psalm number 118, and I'll read a commonly quoted psalm in verse number 24. So Psalm 118, 24. This is the day which the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day, today, right now, every single moment of every single day is a day that the Lord has made. What is this Lord? Lord is another word that's used by the Hebrews, by those who worshipped God, Yehovah. They didn't like to say the word God, and so they used this word Lord, El, to signify, to stand in place of God. Now, where's God? We are all children of God. God is within us. God is everywhere, always present, in every moment, and in every place. And so also within. The word that's translated sometimes among and sometimes within means both. It's God is everywhere, and within, and among us. So how is God among us as Lord? Why, our true self. That's God in us. This is the day which God in us has made. How do we make this? By our digestion of our impressions. Let us rejoice. Other translations say, let us be thankful and be glad in it. It doesn't say for it. It says in it. Be grateful in it. Whatever's going on, we can live in this place of gratitude and rejoice that we are in it. That it is and we are this day, this moment. This isn't always easy to do, to feel this sense of gratitude when it seems like the world is just going crazy around us. But it is possible. And I want to introduce a practice to you now that can help Find this place of gratitude, bringing us deeper within, lifting us closer to living from our true self. And I'm going to call it a gratitude tree. So this isn't a tree you physically plant or even that you physically have in your house. Though you could have a tree or a branch that would be a symbol of this tree to remind you, sort of an alarm clock, to help wake up and remember gratitude. But this tree is a tree that you can plant and grow wherever you are. So let's take a moment to close our eyes, to allow our mind to be still, perhaps following your breath right now. Open. And from your inner eye, I would like you to picture a tree. This tree is without any leaves, like you would see a tree in the winter time. Just bare branches. And now, we're going to grow leaves on this tree. Think of something that you are grateful for. Perhaps it is this day itself. Grateful for this day. And see this gratitude as a leaf that sprouts on the tree. Allow it to grow, sitting with this gratitude for this day. Begin to bring to mind something else you're grateful for. Perhaps it's this breath, this moment of life. And grow another leaf on your tree. Perhaps the next leaf will be the presence of God, always in your life, always with you, always available. That might be 3 leaves. Grateful for this breath. Grateful that even though we may feel separate, we are always connected. Another leaf is growing. This tree is beginning to have leaves, beautiful green leaves. Grateful for the small things in life too. Grateful for this cup of coffee. Grateful for this glass of water. Grateful for the food that I have. Grateful for the source of my prosperity, whether it's a job, whether it's whatever. It always comes from God. Grateful that I have what I need right now in this moment. Grateful for this moment in time. And you see we're growing leaves on this tree. It's no longer barren. It is spring on this tree. Grateful for one another. Grateful for our friends, our family. Grateful for those who have come before us. Those who have been alive and had children and raised children so that we might be born and alive. Grateful for this day. Grateful for the small things in our life. Grateful for the large things in our life. Feeling this gratitude, we grow this tree, our gratitude tree. This tree is available anytime we can close our eyes. We don't even have to close our eyes. Grateful for any time we can bring our attention within to visualize, to picture in our mind's eye this tree and begin to place the leaves on it until we see the beauty of our gratitude. I hope that this exercise can help find a place of openness to Spirit, a place where we can allow our true self to be the active voice in our life, taking us away from this sense of separateness that is a characteristic of our false self, our personality self. Let's close with our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. Thank you for joining me.